Hi, I'm Christopher John Farley, a senior editor with the Wall Street Journal and the editor of the journal's Speakeasy blog. I'm here with producer, rapper, entrepreneur, will.i.am. Of course, he's the leader of the Black Eyed Peas, but he's here to talk about something else, his solo record. Hashtag Willpower just came out. Tell me a bit about this record. What makes it different than a product you do with the Black Eyed Peas?
Well, working with the Black Eyed Peas is like, it's something that it's like second nature. I even speak in we. I always say, yeah, we're gonna, oh, sucks, I'm sorry, I'm here by myself. So I've caught myself speaking in we as the collective. So working with the Peas, it's like a family. And doing this solo record is like me venturing off and literally, but not, Black Eyed Peas are still together, but it's like me venturing off to spawn and start other relationships with collaborations.
Yeah, because almost every track on this album, you're collaborating with someone else. I mean, you have Justin Bieber, you have Britney Spears, a lot of collaborations. How do you go about deciding who you want to work with for each track?
Well, in the music industry, there's always like the secret sauce. Whether you're Motown, you had the writers and producers that wrote songs for everybody on Motown. And whether it was the 80s, you had your Michael McDonald's, your Lionel Richie's, your Sarita Garrett's, who wrote the songs for the artists, your Teddy Riley's. So in this generation, I take pride in being part of that little secret sauce, where it's like whether you're Timberland, myself, Toby, who we write songs for all the people that are on the radio. So the community calls people like me all the time to write songs for them. But that was the first time that it was reversed, to where I'm writing songs for me now, but still collaborating with folks because I'll be collaborating with them anyways.
So what is the secret to that secret sauce? I mean, how do you go about writing a hit? Are there elements to a song have to be in it to make it something people will listen to on the radio?
Well, the elements change every 4 years. Around 4 years, there's a new sensibility. So it's being open-minded. Like if you've had a career in writing songs for 8 years, that means you've had 2 cycles. Because literally every 4 years, the sensibilities change. So I'm going on 12 years of writing songs. That's a pretty healthy cycle, because just having one cycle is cool. I would have been happy with just one cycle.
Now, you're also a guy that's done some work for corporations. You're serving as director of creative innovation at Intel. What does that job entail? I mean, what is your day-to-day process? I mean, are you reporting to an office for Intel, or how does that work?
So I'm like an employee in a way.
You get dental?
Come again?
You get dental? You get medical benefits too? I mean, you get all that too?
No, I got that covered with my other day job.
Okay.
But, it's really thinking on, what is the next form of computer? What does the next computer look like? And some people could think like, well, why they have you up there? Well, they have, anthropologists, they have a futurist, and they have a person that, that has his hands in popular culture. See, an anthropologist goes out and looks at human behavior, but doesn't really affect human behavior. So I go out and make songs that affect popular culture, but I do it from an angle of anthropology study and finding the commonalities between Japanese and Brazilians, and looking not at the obvious like arigato and obrigado, but what are the commonalities in frequency, rhythm, and melody that they can adopt. So to be able to do that is what I call popthropology, where you're taking anthropological angle only to affect popular culture. So an anthropologist isn't affecting popular culture. So I call that popthropology. So I go to Intel to talk about my perspective on what the next computer is going to be. Like, is a computer a home? Like, why does a computer have to be a desktop and a laptop? Why can't it be the whole entire building? Is it a bathroom? You know, and the reason why I think those things, because I'm always in hotel rooms. And hotel rooms, you know, especially 5-star hotel rooms, they design and make them for comfort and make you feel like it's your home even though you're there for a short period of time. They design it like that for a reason. It's all the way from the sheets to the pillows, to the blankets, to the floor, to the decor, and the way the bathroom is all mapped. They want you to feel like you're at home. It's the reason why, you know, you feel at home when you go to a hotel room. And that's designed on purpose. Right? It's not accidental. There's a science to that. So one thing that happens all the time when you go into hotels is that there's always a scale on the floor and a mirror. So when you think of a bathroom, it's pretty old school. The mirror is the most old school type of reflection in the world. Why can't it be a camera? And why can't the camera be connected to a display system on the wall? Not a TV, but a display system. Why can't the wall be a display system? Why can't the floor weigh you when you walk into the restroom? So it's those types of things that you know, because I travel so much, that intel, that's priceless. A person that's out there traveling the world, traveling different countries and territories and walks of life and cultures, and finding the commonality, not just in people, but also buildings.
That's a pretty good gig to get. I guess you can land a gig like that if you sell a few million records. So another question I have is, just today, Google announced a new streaming music initiative, Google Play Music All Access. They're going to be selling subscription music, streaming music on the web. I'm wondering what you think of that model of streaming music on the web. I mean, Spotify, we're seeing more and more of these services. Is this the future of music? Is this just going to be happening for the next few months and years? Or what do you think of initiatives like what Google just announced today?
Honestly, I don't really know what that means, because they're subscribing to sold music. And what if I made a song and put it on the internet tomorrow? It's Spotify doesn't spot that. So, right, we live in this connected, instant, right now world, and those services are cool for songs that were for sale yesterday. Now, just songs to listen to. Google owns YouTube. If I want to hear music, I'm just going on YouTube. So it doesn't really make sense at all, actually. I know how I listen to music, right? But I also sell music, so it's kind of weird. But I go to YouTube to hear music. I get on my iPad, I go to YouTube, I type it in, and it's there, streaming, for free. So it's kind of weird, actually.
Now, as an artist, though, how do artists make money?
And I got a record for sale.
How do artists make money? How do artists make money off it? From that model, I mean, how do you as an artist profit off that when people are making money or seeing your work for free on services like that?
The dirty little secret is that very, very few artists actually made a really healthy living selling records in the history of the music industry, because people forgot that the music industry was always technology. Like, people forgot that RCA was technology that Americans used in World War I and II. And then RCA became a consumer product, and then bought Victor's talking machine. And it also became our radio. And it's also the reason why artists don't get paid terrestrial radio rights in America, because it was always the lost leader. Here, 2013, if you didn't write the song, you just performed it, you don't get any money when it's played on radio. Now, if you're an act from 1960, and your song's playing on K Earth 101, and right after it is a Depends commercial, because you know exactly who the audience is, older folks, that artist isn't participating in any of the revenue, because America doesn't practice terrestrial radio rights. So you have to look at the origins of the music industry being hardware. Our music was made to sell hardware, to the point that if you sold outside of that circle, you were deemed a sellout. A sellout doesn't mean you change your morals. You sold out of the circle of things you were supposed to sell. Phonographs, record players. We could have been signed a Cadillac. There's radios in Cadillac. But that's not what we were supposed to sell. So artists are supposed to make money when they come up with other things to sell and use their music to sell it. Dr. Dre and Beats, me and I.am Plus, or going out and selling out venues. You want to sell out? Sell out the Staples Center. You want to make money? Do your own festival. Write your own songs, because publishing was the first music industry. You wrote songs, they printed on sheet music, and you sold pianos, trumpets, violins, violas, tubas, oboes. And people came together to play them, and they sold out Carnegie Halls. And architects built cathedrals and theaters. Music is supposed to build bars, and you're supposed to sell other things with it. Until the music industry figures out what we're going to sell hardware, then we are just a hired gun to sell somebody else's stuff.
So, what is next for the Black Eyed Peas? You said they're still together. Do you plan to release any more albums for them anytime soon? Are you working on new music, or what's the status? What's the state of play with the Black Eyed Peas?
Black Eyed Peas, I'm trying to figure out how Black Eyed Peas becomes a global festival. Black Eyed Pea Fest in every single country. Black Eyed Pea Fest in Brazil, Black Eyed Pea Fest in France, Black Eyed Pea Fest in Japan, Black Eyed Pea Fest in UK, Black Eyed Pea Fest in South Africa, Black Eyed Pea Fest in Asia. So that's what I want us to graduate towards, is festivals, collaborating with every single big act in one of those territories, and that's what an album is. We make a song for free. Everybody gets our music for free, but they come to our festival. And our festivals will have, we'll make money giving pouring rights to different beverages, we'll make money, but it ain't gonna be selling music.
And finally, one thing I noticed listening to your record is you obviously specialize in party music, but outside of the music industry, you're involved with helping to re-elect Barack Obama, doing music for his campaign. How do you reconcile the two, of being someone who's known for music that's mostly about the dance floor, but also you have these very serious things you're involved in outside of the music industry?
Okay, so right now we live in a society where I ask people to follow me on Twitter. Follow me. I follow you on Twitter. But no one's ever said, where are you taking me? If I'm following you, where are you leading me? So I want to bring people together to hopefully inspire them on certain issues or certain new things that are going to come and change their world, because I'm blessed and privy to seeing new technologies and new perspectives. So you follow me, and I would probably lead you somewhere that you would benefit from, or new ideas and concepts. Well, so that's why I don't want to preach. I don't want to make another kumbaya unless it comes. Right? I don't want to force a kumbaya. I don't want to say hey, come on, y'all, let's hold hands. I don't want to make another one of those
That could
songs.
be a hit.
No,
right there.
Not. But if it was honest, Where's the Love? That was honest. I came, and that's what I was inspired to write. A song on the new record, Willpower, is a song called The World's Going Crazy. That was something I wanted. It came from the heart. I didn't force it. Or Ghetto,
yeah.
with Baby Kaylee. The song talks about the state of American education system and how we should make it a priority. If we're going to fight a war on drugs, we should fight the war on education. Let's admit that we lost the war on drugs. Let's spend the same amount of money to fight this war on education. And what better person to collaborate than an 8-year-old? And the lyric, that little girl is an amazing wonder child. She writes all her songs with her dad. But those kind of songs have to come from the heart. I don't want to force let's make a song about something. That's a bad way to start. All right, let's talk about I don't like that. So that's why I stick to festive, escapism, not exclusive but inclusive music.
Well, on that note, will.i.am, thanks for coming to the Wall Street Journal. The new album is called #Willpower.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you so much.